Imagine laws from the colonial era finally being replaced. A health ranking that could decide the medicine you take, a single ID that could hold your entire education record, and a road in the Himalayas that could change the fate of fragile ecosystems. Today we travel from India's bustling ports to courtroom reforms, from classrooms to mountain roads, and to a river valley in the northeast where a clean energy dream is taking shape. Let's dive in. For more than a century, India's ports were governed by a law from 1908. Think about it. The world has changed completely, but the rules running our harbours were still stuck in the British era. The Indian Ports Bill 2024 changes that. Passed in the Lok Sabha, it sets up a Maritime State Development Council, gives legal status to state maritime ports, and brings in dispute resolution committees so conflicts can be settled faster. It even clears the way for mega ports and a modern tariff system and makes environment complaints a must. Supporters say it will make our ports competitive with the best in the world. Critics will watch closely to see if the promises reach the ground. From the coastlines to the corridors of corporate rescue, India's insolvency and bankruptcy court has been a game changer for resolving failed businesses. But it's also been slow, tangled in court delays. The new IBC Amendment Bill, now sent to a select committee, aims to fix that. It calls for faster admission of cases, encourages out-of-court settlements, and even creates a framework for cross-border and group insolvency, meaning a business with multiple companies or overseas ties can be rescued in a coordinated way. The clean slate rule is reinforced. Once a rescue plan is approved, old claims can't drag a company back into crisis. If it works, we could see businesses seem faster, jobs protected, and investor confidence rise. From rescuing companies to reimagining education. Imagine never needing to carry mark sheets, certificates, or transcripts because our entire academic history is stored in one secure ID. That's the idea behind the APAAR ID, short for Automated Permanent Academic Account Registry. It is now mandatory for CBSE Class 9 and 11 registrations and for board exam candidate lists for Class 10 and 12 from 2026 onwards. A 12-digit permanent student ID, APAAR will consolidate all academic achievements in one profile, aligned with the National Education Policy 2020 vision of One Nation, One Student ID. Launched in the 2024-2025 session, it will streamline records, support mobility, and make it easier for institutions to track students' progress across India. From wards in our classrooms to wards in our pharmacies. Behind every pill you take lies a chain of checks and balances, but the strength of those checks varies from state to state. The State Health Regulatory Excellence Index, or SHRESTH, launched by the Union Health Ministry, aims to change that. Proposed by the CDSCO, it will score states on 5 pillars: human resources, infrastructure, licensing efficiency, surveillance, and responsiveness. The goal is to push state drug regulators towards uniform quality and safety standards, ensuring that whether you buy a medicine in Kerala or Kashmir, the safeguards behind it are equally strong. Public health experts say SHRESTH could be the quiet revolution in India's drug regulation, invisible to most but vital to all. From guarding public health to guarding the Himalayas. High up in Uttarakhand lies the Bhagirathi Eco-Sensitive Zone. 4,179 square kilometers of forests, rivers, and mountains meant to protect the source of the Ganga. But a Supreme Court panel was warned against widening the Char Dam all-weather road here. Experts say the blasting, tree cutting, and slope changes could make landslides worse, hurt wildlife, and choke riverhead. It's a tough balance, connecting remote pilgrims' routes while keeping the Himalayas' natural shield intact. And finally, from mountain roads to mountain rivers powering the future. In Arunachal Pradesh Shiomi district, the government has approved the 700 megawatt Tato-II Hydroelectric Project. It's expected to produce 2,700 million units of green electricity every year, enough to power millions of homes. Supporters call it a boost for renewable energy and local jobs. Environmentalists will be watching its impact on river ecosystems. Either way, it's a reminder that the Northeast is central to India's clean energy future. Today, we saw India's ports step into the modern era. Corporate rescue rules get a speed boost. The APAAR ID promised to store our entire academic life in one number. Truck safety get a new benchmark, warning for fragile Himalayan zone and a major hydro project in the northeast. This is now a no, but every story is part of a bigger picture.